All right, well, good evening, everybody. Changing things up a little bit today, decided to go ahead and do a random instead of picking out a course. So I had the software pick for me which course I was going to play today, and it came up with Briarwood West. Make a couple adjustments here. So because it came up with Briarwood West, that's what we're going to be doing. We're playing the farthest back tees available, which is the blue tees for this particular course. 6,375 yards, so it's not quite as long as the ones we've been playing, but we're still going to stick with our goal of trying to break 85. We've only done it once. That was at Harbor Town, and I believe that was an 82. So we're going to keep going with that. I did not get to see what par was on the scorecard. I'm going to check that out real quick. If it's a par 70 because it's shorter yardage, then we'll lower it down to 83 instead of 85. Take a look at that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Going through a round here first, and then we're going to switch to Mario Golf a little later on, see if we can get some personal bests going in that. Let's see. Okay, scorecard. So par is 70, so we're going to be trying to break 83 today, not 85. All right, but the first hole is 381, par 4, pretty much looking straight out, so we're just going to go ahead and get moving. All right, pulled way to the left to start out. Through the trees, though. 117 in with a path to the hole, so we got away with one there. Just pull out the 46-degree wedge. Looks like it's only about a foot uphill. Yeah, we got a little bit of a delay. There we go. Gotta sit. All right, they gave us a one putt there. That's pretty generous of them, but that's a birdie, so we're starting out in a good way. Score-wise, not shot-wise, because obviously the shot itself wasn't too great, but we got another par 4 for the second hole here. Like this one is playing 319 yards, so a very short par 4. Again, 6,300 yards. This is about 1,000 yards shorter than the courses we've been playing, so definitely playing a little easier. But we'll see later on if there's a lot of bunkers, water, or anything else that's going to hurt. And as I'm looking at it, if I hit straight out 227, that's going to go right to a bunker. So we actually want to aim more like right here because of that dog leg to the right. I think that's left again. No, okay, it was all right. Went to the landing area, a little bit of a fade. That's probably why I felt like it went left, because it came across, which is what made it fade. But we got 60 yards into the hole here. We'll pull out the 60-degree wedge and see if we can knock it close. Thanks. Gotta sit. Went to, whoa, way too far. Okay. Yeah, I gave it a little too much sauce on that one. Hammered it right into the metal bar. All right, 35 in. Let's try and get it close. 1 putt par, 2 putt bogey. Went out of the rough, it might be a little thick too. Sit. No. Green edge. Yeah, which unfortunately means I have to hit it because the auto putt won't let me do it on the green edge. And that's so soft, I don't think it's going to pick it up. The one problem I run into when it gets real close to the green like this is the launch monitor doesn't pick up a shot that's too soft. I think that time it did because it turned blue, but I guess we'll wait and see. No? Oh, it did. All right, it's so soft that there's a delay. It doesn't know what to do with it. And we get a 2 putt from there, which is a double bogey, which pretty much offsets that extremely generous birdie they gave us on the first. So we get a par 5, water to the right, 574 yards, looks like. First water hazard of the course. Means we're going to be headed right for it. Oh, the tee went flying. Going up, it's pulled a little bit going left, but that's okay because with the water there, we'll play it safe. Puts us 330 from the hole, still that water to the right. It is in the rough and it's buried in the rough versus sitting up. So we'll take a 7-iron and see if we can just lay it up halfway up the fairway. Really like to know where that tee went. Alright, it's not terrible, but it's short rough. It looks like it says short rough. 176 yards. Hey, good evening. How you doing? I think it says slim rough, but 176 out of the rough. Let's take a 6-iron. 6-iron might be a little too much, but that's only if I hit it perfectly, and it is out of the slim grass, so. Oops. That's going pretty good. How you doing? That's going to be overclocked like I thought it was. Pulled left a little too hard, 22 yards. This is GS Pro, which is actually pretty cool because it runs right off the PC. So whether it's Windows, whether it's Mac, the software lines up with your launch monitor. Oh, you know what? I'm on multi-stream. I didn't even see it said you rated. I appreciate that. Thanks for the raid very much. I saw the viewer count. I'm like, that's not normal, so I double checked it. I appreciate that. But at the launch monitor I'm using is a Rapsido. It's an MLM2 Pro. As far as launch monitors go, it's very affordable. It's $699, which it's a lot, but considering they go for thousands, isn't bad. And then the enclosure here, you can't really see it, but there's an enclosure with an impact screen I got on Amazon. So it's a big DIY setup. So I'm doing this tonight and then switching to Mario Golf 64. All right, 22 yards. Try and hit it easy with the 60 degree. How'd your runs go today? I don't know if it didn't pick it up because it was too soft or if it's a little laggy tonight. Try hitting it again. Yeah, I don't even go to the range too much anymore because having this in here, I figure, well, I'll get my money's worth, and especially after you put the kids to bed. All right, so that's a bogey. This is a par 4, 344. And I'll say, because I mentioned in the beginning, for anyone that just got here, we appreciate it again. We're trying to break 83. I normally do break 85 on all of my rounds, but this is a par 70 instead of 72, so I dropped it 2 strokes. And I selected a random course and let the game decide where I'd be playing. The farthest back tees are 6,300 yards, and I've been playing some crazy courses of like 73, 7,400. So I'm hoping today we can break 83 given the shorter yardage, but we're going to find out. And we're going to adjust this tee shot because it's headed right out to the water on the right here. I'd rather go into the bunker than the water, but I don't think I'm going to reach that bunker. Yeah, like my last round, it was where did they put me? I think it was Riviera. No, sorry, Bay Hill. I simulated Bay Hill, and I think I ended up with 89 or 90. And I had a quintuple bogey and quadruple bogey on 2 separate holes that were pretty rough. Otherwise, I might have done it. Oh, that is way pulled. Big duck hook. Away from the water, though. And 70 yards between the trees. So we'll take a 7-iron and do a punch shot here. And I'm not going to take the chance that I'm going to get it over those trees. Kind of an unfortunate thing, too, because it's realistic enough that if there's trees in your way, you're screwed. Let's see if that's going to make it through. Turn blue, picked it up. I would say my average on an actual course is probably something like anywhere from 86, 87 to like 95, 96. I'm not great at putting. I don't think it went blue, but I don't think it picked it up. I got that one. That's got to sit though. All right, well, not bad. Good recovery shot. No, I've never played in tournaments. I played 1 year of high school golf when I was a junior, and that was about it. And I was a lot worse back then than I am now. I mean, I can consistently be better than 100, but I'm always going to be in the mid to high 80s and mid to low 90s. This is going to be tough. This is a 10-yard little dinker chip here. Plus the green's breaking right to left. That's it. All right, 1-putt par. This is our first par 3, 141 yards, 9 feet downhill. So it's going to be playing about 138. Pull out a pitching wedge for that one. Yeah, pitching wedge, because his bunker's short, but there's no water or anything. I feel like I hit the top of the ball there. That's going to be more of a skull shot. And pulled. Actually got away with one. Actually, it didn't hit on top of it as much as I thought, but when you go out and play, are you like, what's your average score? You ever played any tournaments? .22. Just hit this nice and easy. I think I pulled that chip there. Yep, pulled the chip. I mean, even just going to the range can be fun. There's another par. Got 11 yards uphill, 370. It's going to play 381. Pretty straight away, though. A little dog leg to the left. A lot of people that don't play golf like to do Top Golf because you can go and it's like a sports bar with golf. So if you like the range, if you've never been, a lot of people love that. And yeah, definitely releases some stress. Unless you're out on the course and then you're, pulling the ball like I am, and then it's a little more stressful. I think I pushed that one. Ooh, big time hook. Yeah, I don't do Top Golf myself too much personally because I don't drink. I'm not the sports bar type of scene, but for me, I'd rather just go to the range or come out in the garage here. But if you go with like a group of people, it's fun because they have games on the computer where there's point systems and scoring, and whoever gets closest to certain pins, you get X amount of points. All right, this is playing 160. I'm going to take an 8-iron. Long is bad, so I'd rather be short. That might have been my best strike of the night so far. Ball actually flew straight. Just got to kick up. All right, there we go. Birdie on that. I'll take that. 377 now, 7 yards downhill, playing 370. I get very nice auto putts, and I get very bad auto putts. So I will say that's one thing with my launch monitor, as inexpensive as it is as launch monitors go. You can't putt with it. The best it can do is pick up chips. So when I turn these on, I set the software to auto putt random. So it's not like I have to get within a certain area or whatever. The game decides how close or far away and how many putts I did. So sometimes it'll be really generous and give me a long 1 putt, and then other times I'm like 6 feet from the hole and I get 2 putts. Earlier I had a 7-foot putt. They gave me a double bogey 2 putt from 7 feet, and it's like, come on. And that one felt better. I don't know if it's gonna. There we go. That'll put us 103, 104. Grab a 50 degree. That's another thing that kind of stinks a little bit about this simulator is when I hit it, I get a feeling of whether I hit it bad or not. And if there happens to be a slight delay, you're kind of sitting there looking at the screen like, I know I hit it bad, you can show me already. All right, 50 degree wedge should go maybe 90 to 100. Hopefully I don't skull it. That should be solid. Up and straight. Yeah, that's a good shot. A little bit of spin coming back. And that one's a 2-putt par. I'm not going to complain about that. I've gotten 2 auto putt birdies so far today, and that's definitely a new record. All right, so 485. This is a par 4 playing 8 yards uphill. So this is hands down the longest par 4 I've seen so far on this course. This is about the average par 4 on some of the other courses I had been playing. So we really need to put this one straight and hopefully into the fairway if we have any shot at getting there. All right, it's pulled a little bit, but I think it's going to stop in the fairway. 260 yards. A little bit of rollout puts us 217. Still playing 11 yards uphill. So that 218 is going to become 229. So I need a 3-wood for that. And a pretty solid 3-wood at that. All right, I think that's okay. I don't know about the direction, but the strike was good. Yeah, it's going up to the left. No, not yet. My dad isn't here to remind me to wash my balls at the ball washer. What did we agree on? 1 per 9 was acceptable, right? That's the first one. And for anyone who's new and doesn't know, I was telling them the other day, playing golf with my dad growing up, anytime you got to the ball washer, he would just turn at me, give you a little smirk, and go, "Don't forget to wash your balls." And now that he's retired and doing DoorDash, when he drives by the golf course, if it's wet and guys are playing, he'll text me, "A lot of wet balls out there today." So it just goes to show, even at 67, as men, we all have the same sense of humor as we get old. All right, 28 yards. High shot, 60-degree wedge. Hopefully it stops. That's going to be too far. That's where I struggle, is these soft shots on the course, on the simulator. It doesn't matter. I struggle the most with these little short game shots. All right, that should be soft enough. Yeah, that'll be fine. That's going to be either a bogey or a par. All right, yeah, bogey. So this is a par 3 now. 207, 9 feet. 203, I'm sorry, 9 feet downhill. Basically 200 on the dot. And I do have a 7-wood, so I'm going to take that. I trust my 7-wood a heck of a lot more than my 5-iron. That one felt good. It's drawing though, and I really didn't need it to draw. Don't go in the sand. It went in the sand. Oh, I hate the sand. I hate sand. I hate beaches. It gets in your shoes. Gets in places you didn't know you had. You're still washing it out of clothes and other areas 3 weeks since you came home from the beach. All right, this is another one that's got to be nice and easy. A little harder to accommodate for the sand because the game does take into an account that it's a bunker shot, but not so hard that it goes blasting past. That actually, I think, is too soft. Yeah. Yeah, it was way too soft. All right, double bogey. We're actually still doing pretty good after the front 9 because 83 is 13 over par and we're currently 4 over par, so. Anakin Skywalker. I don't know who Anakin Skywalker is. I never saw Star Wars. I know Luke Skywalker. All right, 433. Dogleg to the left, but that junk out there is at 272. I'm going to change out the tee to a higher tee here because I pull hooking everything today. Lose a little bit of distance, but this higher tee height might help me straighten out the ball a bit. Or, you know, just swinging better. But we'll blame the tee first. That might be right. Any day now, game. There it goes. All right, so it did go up to the right a little bit, but it's staying pretty flat. Actually, pretty decent connection, 265. It was playing downhill. If you look at the numbers on the right, which is kind of cool, it says carry game 265, carry just yards is 253. So it's saying that because of the downhill, it went 265. But if I had hit that at the driving range on flat ground, it would have only gone 253. So I do like that it gives you the statistics on flat ground versus the hill angle. All right, this is 160. I'm going to take an 8 iron because short is better than long. Because there's nothing worse than you go out on a simulator with a driver or an iron and you're hitting 40, 50 yards further than you think you would just to get on the course and hit terrible. Yeah, it's a lot of realism. I don't play with weather conditions, but you can actually set it to rain, to have wind. It's called GS Pro. It's like $250 for a whole year to use as much as you want with your launch monitor. And to me, it's worth every penny because it's also in 4K. All you need is a Windows, Linux, or Mac computer to run it with your launch monitor. I think I pulled that, but the contact was good. Yeah, it's drawing a little bit to the left. Yardage was spot on. Would have been on the green, but can't hit the ball straight today. I misspoke. Can't hit the ball straight any day. All right, 16 yards out of the rough. Hopefully that's easy enough. Sit. That's a 1 or a 2 putt, so bogey at the worst. Yep, 2 putt bogey. But we got a par 5 here, and it's playing 516. So if we get a good lie in the rough or we hit the fairway off the tee, I can go for this hole in 2, maybe pick up an extra stroke. Of course, it's going to make me wait and keep me sweating to see where my ball went, but grab some of these while we're waiting. Huh. Maybe I shouldn't have walked away. Oh, it didn't pick it up. Okay, I'm like, did I hit a tree? Like, what happened? It didn't pick up the shot. I saw my last shot at 13 yards, but that was the hole before. I got nervous, like, oh man, I hit the branch and... And that one I know is right. So if it picks that one up, it's going way off to the side. Let me check the computer here. I might have to recalibrate the launch monitor. Nope. All right. It's just still a little slow processing the shot. Sit in the rough. Sit. Ooh. Definitely close to going in the water. I'm going to take a 3-wood here, even though it's out of the rough, because I want to hit it very low underneath those branches. Still 260 from the hole, so we're not getting there in 2. All right, through the trees. Definitely 1 foot in the water. If I was playing this for real, I would have like duck held it this way and just chopped it so I wouldn't have to get my shoes wet. 80 yards from the fairway is going to be a full swing on a 60-degree wedge. Couldn't go for it in 2 because of where we ended up off the tee, but could still hit a green in regulation with a good wedge shot. That one went so high that it went through the roof of my enclosure and to the back of the simulator box. Which is why if you set up one of these, I recommend you do what I did and buy 4 10x10 soccer nets to go around the whole thing. Otherwise, that would have been through the ceiling of my garage. All right, 11 yards. Let's hope it picked that up. Sit. Ooh, that might go in. No, of course not. God forbid. All right, but still, it's a par. 12th hole. 319, playing 10 yards down. That puts us at 309. That stupid ball stopped, what, like 3 feet from the hole? It couldn't just go a little further and go in? It felt all right, but I don't know about the spin on it. I've been either hooking or slicing a little. course, I look away as the ball starts moving. It definitely went to the right, but we've got a path, 83 yards. A little bit up. No, a little downhill, uphill and then downhill. I'm going to stick with the 60-degree wedge. And it's still left, but a little straighter. It's going to be on the green at least. So that should be at least a par. Yeah, 2-putt par. All right. Now this is a par 4, but this is, well, it's 12 yards up. All right. I got excited. It said 284 par 4, but it's actually playing more like 290 and change. And I'm actually going to take, I think, a 3-wood here off the tee because my driver's been a little off tonight. I think if I was playing a harder course, a lot of these would have been way out in the woods and I'd have no chance of recovery. I don't know if this is going to help, but we'll find out. All right, well, it's straight, very high. I needed a lower tee. Like super high. A 3-wood should not be going 160 in the air. But at least we got a shot in. We'll take the 46 degree from 115, playing 7 yards up, 122 total. That one should be right on it. Well, it's drawing back a little. Sit down. Again, should be a par. Yep. Got the 2-putt, hitting the green in regulation. So now 157, slightly up, par 3. This will be an 8-iron. Bunkers to the left, bunkers to the right, but really nothing in the middle. Try and just lay it in there. Well, that's going to be left. Yeah, see, definitely pulled. I could feel it in my swing. Definitely the right club, right yardage. Just coming across a little bit like that direction versus straight down and through. Biggest issue is I can identify every single one of the flaws in my swing and my game, but I can't fix them. Go figure. Be like a football coach who can teach you how to throw a perfect spiral, but can't actually do it themselves. All right, knocked it close though. Got another par, so this is the 15th, 422 yards. If I read it right, because it's hard to read the small writing. Pulling out the 3-wood again. I'm not going to use the tee, the little tee this time. I'm just going to put it flat on the rubber tee that came with the mat, so we don't pop it up as high as the last shot. There's water to the right, so we want to try and keep it along the left-hand side. If we're going to miss, that's the place to do it. But I don't think I missed left. No. But luckily I hit it so bad that it spun back to the left after I went to the right. My dad used to call that bad shot, good result. I spanked it out to the right, but I also duck hooked it, so it came back to the fairway. All right, either way, 189 fairway into the green. I'm going to pull a 6-iron. My 5-iron and I aren't getting along right now. They keep shanking it, so I gave up on it. That might be left too, but definitely solid contact. Yeah, see, I'm pulling everything tonight. I'm not... But that's alright. It's up there. We got to chip in to the hole here. Try and get close for par or bogey. I might have to adjust it in my stance, or else I'm swinging too hard. So 29 yards. Well, that was shanked. I felt I hit it off the toe of the club, which you can see the realism in the game picked up on the fact that I shanked it. I got too casual with it. And now I'm in a position where it's very difficult to tap 4 yards. Because the launch monitor doesn't really pick up super soft shots that well. Alright, it got that one though. So that's a bogey. Par 4 16, 353. We're still pacing pretty good. We got to be 13. We got to be 12 over par or better to pass the 83 goal. And with 3 holes to go, we're 6 over. So still definitely a possibility it can go south. Pull the driver back out after I duck hooked that 3-wood. I think I towed that. Yeah. And it's headed right for the water. Oh, but it just cleared it. Okay, we're in the wrong hole, but we just cleared the water. We got away with a big mistake there. Talk about lucky. But 56 in the rough, 100 yards. 56 degree, I should say, because we're in the rough from 100 yards. Getting very lucky with these bad shots tonight, that they just happen to be going in a recoverable area. That's left again. This might sit on the green though. Yeah, alright, it's sat on the green. So 7 over, 2 holes to play. This is 10 feet, 11 inches down, 369, take 3 yards off, 179. We're going to hit a 7-iron. Water to the left, bunker to the left. If we're going to miss, we want to miss to the right. Now that's going to be pulled again. Yeah, but we just barely got away with it again. I mean, this is insane. The luck and the bounces on where these are going. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for it, but holy crap am I getting fortunate. I have 44 yards. Just try and knock it up there nice and easy. Sit. Didn't sit. And 10 yards to go. Green slight right to left break. I hope that was soft enough. Yeah, sit right there. Alright, bogey. We're 8 over par going into 18, 427. Pretty straightforward par 4. As long as we do not quintuple bogey, we will reach the goal today. And I'm hoping that won't be the case because the only water is directly to the right of this tee box. So we shouldn't have a penalty stroke issue. There's no actual out of bounds markers. Yeah, that's hooked way to the left. But it's not out of bounds. It is going to require a punch shot, though. Trying as hard as we can to make sure we don't hit the goal today. That went through a tree, apparently. Or just missed it, I guess, because of the way the graphics look, but that's all right. 90 yards in, 60-degree wedge. Oops, missed the ball. All right, this one's actually straight, so that's a plus. And it's on the green, so we won't have to chip. All right, so that last hole was a bogey. That puts us at 79. So we managed to break 83 for the round. I don't know that I consider that breaking 80 just because it's par 70 versus par 72, but Briarwood West, designed by T-Love. So we did manage to break the goal. We were better than 13 over par. That'll close out this round. I am going to take a 5 to 10 minute break and then come back and work on some Mario Golf speed runs. But for everyone that stuck around and for the raid, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'm going to throw us on a little Be Right Back screen and then be back in about 10 minutes.
That's so wonderful.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
I don't know why that USB doesn't let me switch after I use it, but for some reason it doesn't want me to switch microphones. That's alright, we'll just pin this one here. Okay, video capture, alright, all good. I think we're all good. So I've been running two different things with this. I've been trying speed golf to get better than my 832, and I've been trying stroke play to get better than 60, which actually we did lower that last night by 1. That's 59 now. So I'm going to warm up with some stroke play rounds, and then we'll go back into the speed golf rounds. Metal Mario hits it further than anybody else, so it's just a lot easier to use him. And then depending on how this goes, how badly I should say this goes, probably run some Mario 3 randomizers later too for practice. Ran a couple races last night and didn't do terribly, but I did get spanked pretty bad, so need to practice.
Nice birdie.
I wish it was this easy to just go out and birdie in regular golf. That's curving perfectly right where I need it to. It's just got to roll. Now it stops.
Nice on.
But it's flat, 24 feet. Let's give it full throttle. How did that miss? It's a completely flat putt. There's no reason that should have missed. Kind of need to execute this one perfectly now, because if we don't get an eagle to make up for that par, we gotta restart the round.
Great.
Alright, 32 feet, looks fairly straight. Now, missed to the right. Oh man. I think what I'm going to end up doing tomorrow, probably, if not Wednesday, is I'm going to try one of those Majora's Mask Gloom randomizers. I just got to figure out the settings and getting it on my PC out here.
Oh, too bad.
Slightly more forgiving than a no-hit run. We're caked in the bunker there. There's no way we're getting it out. For reference, the world record for stroke play on this course is 48. So we are 11 strokes currently behind world record. And then I believe, I'd have to look it up, but the fastest speed golf time is like 5 minutes and 40 seconds. It's something absolutely insane.
Here I am.
Yeah, this wind is not cooperating. You can get a wind blowing towards the hole 17 miles an hour. You can basically drive to green. That's still going to be like 35
Nice
feet. No, it's 130 feet. That's going to miss. Come on. What are you doing?
Here we go.
Alright, the wind is a little more manageable here. That tree is going to be directly in the way.
Here I am.
That's just crazy that it would land directly in front of the tree like that. Alright, so this is going to leave 95. This is 117. Hit the top of the ball.
Nice
And
on.
there we go. Alright, Mario, let's make the putt this time.
Nice birdie.
But these aren't helping either. Still misreading the putts either way. Alright, this wind is helping 17. Pull it down a club.
Nice shot.
Shadow looks like it's going right at it. It's got to slow down. Yeah, too hard. So that's... You gotta remember that. That's 2 clubs. Alright, so with a par here, we gotta
Nice
hope for an
ball.
eagle on the next hole, otherwise we gotta reset again. Really only afford 2 pars around, so that early in the round you can't really justify continuing.
Nice shot.
This is gonna be short because of the rain. No, actually it's going.
Oh, too bad.
Alright, the wind propelled it, I was wrong.
Nice on.
We got another eagle opportunity on the next hole, so we can still continue.
Nice birdie.
But you have to eagle one of those 2 holes. The last one or this one. That's a bad shot. Nope.
Duffed it.
Hit it like I would.
Ooh, into the rough. Here I am. Nice shot.
Alright, that's not going to make it, but that is going to carry a decent ways. $50 yards.
Nice on.
Okay, a little too far. Oh, of course that missed. Alright,
Here I am.
go back to speed golf. I don't think I'm anywhere near ready to get anywhere close to any type of record, but The 832.66 is 18th on the leaderboard, so I'm trying to get to where I can be below an 8-minute round. So right now, that's my next goal, is sub 8 minutes. A lot less aiming involved, a lot less perfection involved, and more just hit the damn ball and hope it gets there. Which that didn't. It was too short out of the rough.
Nice shot.
And for point of reference on the speed golf, I am trying off the tee, oddly enough, to hit the rough on purpose.
Nice on.
And the reason for trying to hit the rough on purpose in the speed golf, at least on a non-par 5, is the ball comes to a stop faster in the rough than when it rolls out on the fairway. So the timer at the bottom for the hole, you can actually save 30 to 45 seconds a round
Go.
total by hitting into the rough on par 4s instead of the fairway. You see, like there on the green, it took like 1 to 1.5 seconds for the ball to come to a stop. That's too short.
Finish.
I kind of want to get splits for this. So I gotta look into the auto splitter though. I don't want to have to split after every hole.
Ready, go. Nice shot.
Come on, don't go in the, it's going in the bunker. All right.
Oh, too bad.
I'm usually through with this hole at about a minute 10 if I'm on that 8:30 pace.
Finish.
So even though we missed a couple putts, we are still ahead by a little bit.
Ready, go.
This one I'm not aiming for the rough, even though I could make it into from the rough because it's a par 5. And it requires such a precise shot that rather than risk it, I just take the extra second or so to put it in the fairway. And the wind, wow, the wind really took that.
Nice on. Finish.
Okay, pretty good so far, 137.
Go.
Yeah, that's good. That's not good because that's the wrong club. I thought that was the pitching wedge and it wasn't. But I can still putt that.
Finish.
Alright, that wasn't great, but decent recovery. We're not dead yet.
Ready, go.
I hope that's enough with the wind pushing it forward. Okay, it was more than enough.
Chip in. Finish.
That little bounce of the ball actually cost me 1.5 seconds, but it's better than if I missed the putt.
Ready, go.
And this hole always gives me fits no matter what. So I'm just hoping to get out of here within 4 strokes.
Nice on.
Ugh, such a bad miss.
Finish. Ready, go.
That was bad. That's another like 2 seconds because I canceled the shot and then started the shot over again.
Nice shot.
And no wind. Accurate on all counts. This should get the green.
Oh, too bad.
Ah, really? The bunker?
Chip in.
Oh, well, it worked out. I don't know how it made the bunker, but it worked out.
Ready, go. Nice shot.
Oh boy, that's gotta go, that's gotta go, that's gotta go. Oh,
Nice
so
approach.
close.
Finish.
Hey, so through 9 holes, we are barely on sub-8 pace. 3 minutes, 57 seconds. And there's some tough holes on this back 9.
Ready, go.
But this one is reachable. No, I hit the tree.
Into the rough.
And then hit another tree. Well, I think that one hole might have just killed it. I did not execute the way I needed to off the tee box. And there's other holes in my 8-minute, 32-second PB that I could clean up a little bit, so I'm going to keep it going, but
Ready, go.
I don't know if this is going to make it, but I'm trying. Alright, close enough. This is one of the holes. It took me 4 or 5 strokes the last couple of times.
Finish.
And even though it went into the hole very slowly there, it still went in. Saves me a little bit of time.
Ready, go.
Ah. That's no good. Right to the trees. Into the wind, out of the rough.
Oh, too bad.
Somewhat buried.
Nice on. Finish.
Okay, 531.93. 6 holes to play.
Ready, go. Nice shot. Nice on.
Too hard, way too hard.
Finish. Ready, go. bad.
Oh, that is a killer bean. I mean, that's going to cost us this whole run. Well, okay. I screwed up the 10th hole anyway. We may as well finish out the round just to practice the later holes.
Finish. Ready, go.
That's drawing, but did it draw enough? It did. Okay.
Nice on.
Of course.
Finish.
Oh man, it's just poor execution.
Ready, go.
Okay, so that needed 3 clubs. That was just
Nice
fun. I
on.
wouldn't normally actually do that. We lost all momentum once we hit that 10th hole anyway.
Nice shot.
It's going to be short. Way short.
Here we go.
This first hole is starting to become like world level 1-1 in Mario 3 to me. For the amount of times that I tried to speedrun that game, it's a lot more difficult than
Nice
it
on.
would seem as a kid. It's over and over and over and over again.
Here we go. Nice on. Finish. Ready, go. Nice on. Nice touch. Here I am.
apart, I think.
Pin shot.
Called that one.
Here we go.
Oh, I am not feeling it in Mario Golf today, I can tell you that. If I can't get past the second hole on this attempt, I'm gonna check out the randomizer Discord and see if anybody's racing. I didn't think that would happen so soon. Give it one more try.
Here I am.
But I'd at least get to the second hole, not past the second hole.
Nice shot.
Went 3 clubs there. I meant to go 2.
Here we go. Nice shot.
Yeah, see, even the power shot
Nice
strategy
on.
is slower.
Finish.
5 seconds slower than my fastest recorded time on this hole.
Ready, go.
There's so much of this run that's dependent on the weather and RNG too. It's absolutely insane.
Nice approach.
Alright, let's check out the Discord and see if anybody's doing any randomizer races. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a night. I don't think anybody is, but I'm going to pair this controller. I just got this Xbox controller. And let's do one randomizer seed just for fun. Like that. Let's see, base flags. Let's do 2024 brackets. Generate the seed. 98 to L. Today's the 19th. That would be this seed. Excuse me. Should probably set the controller's inputs first, huh? That's weird. Responding to it, but it's not actually adjusting the controls. Oh, maybe because it thinks it's player 2. Yeah, okay. Well, let's boot up the game and see what it considers the A and B button, and then I can worry about it later. And that's screenshot. Of course, Microsoft thinks I want to control everything on my PC with the controller, and clearly I don't. You can go away now. All right, new plan. Go back to the PlayStation controller I was using until I can figure out how to coordinate this. But first, let's go back to Twitch and update the game category. Okay, that's done. That over here. All right, you should be good to go. Just got to reboot the emulator. Yeah, it was. I streamed a simulated golf round earlier, and my Mario Golf gameplay was pretty terrible. So I'm switching over to a Mario 3 randomizer. Just got to get my controller figured in here. Mario Golf 64 to me though is still the best Mario Golf game. I liked the GameCube ones, but I just always felt Mario 64 was the best one. All right, let's see if this boots up here now. No, so I was playing Mario Golf 64 on my actual N64 with my capture card. I have a launch monitor set up in my garage, and I was playing a simulated golf course with my launch monitor. It was Westwood or Briar something country. That was bad. Briar something country club, but it uses a Rapsodo launch monitor into an impact screen. Why do I keep falling down there? Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Mario Golf 64 was definitely the best one. Yeah, I'm gonna die just trying to get to that star. Actually, Funnily enough, the software was using the GS Pro. I don't know if that's what you're using, but you can. It's open sourced. Anybody can go ahead and create courses. So I'm sure there's somebody out there who could work on that. Hell, I would do it if I had the programming skills. Oh, that was okay. We're going to pretend that didn't happen and just restart here. Yeah, sorry to get your hopes up. But if somebody can port Mario Kart to the navigation system in a Tesla, which they did, one day somebody's going to build the Mario Golf courses in GS Pro. I got to look into it because depending on how hard it is to code for GS Pro, if it's as simple as like, here's some trees, there's some trees, here's where we put the information, I might just take a crack at doing it myself. But if it's like actual coding where you have to use all of the commands and all of that, kind of like the web page building, that's beyond my technical expertise. Oh no, big, oh damn fish. Yeah, if there's an editor and it doesn't take coding, that's definitely a side project for me to work on. I travel 2 weeks or so of the month for work, so you're sitting in a hotel room, you got nothing to do. Be kind of a fun little project. Oh no, oh no, the current was too strong. I don't know if you have kids, but do you know the show Bluey? Ooh, that was close. Somebody actually went in and I played around on it. It's in my YouTube live streams. Oh yeah, no problem. Right, okay, my controller just died. I gotta charge that, so I am actually gonna switch back now to what I was doing.
Good shot!
That's so wonderful.
Nice shot!
Good shot.
Let's yeah. Can't catch a break tonight. I was doing poorly in one, I switched to the other, my controller dies, and then all of a sudden Mario's dying every 2 seconds. Probably should update Switch back.
Nice on. Nice birdie. Nice shot. Nice on. Nice birdie. Nice shot.
Come on, that's not gonna make it.
Chip.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice eagle.
I was gonna say if that doesn't make it, that's just kind of robbery. All right, good pace so far. Oh no, push it back, push it back, push it back. All right, we're good. The heck was that? It sounded like somebody's coming through the roof. Alright, 14 miles an hour up. I think the wind is going to carry it over the hill. Well, not hitting it that way, it's not for sure.
Oh,
Needed to get a full shot on that one. I really needed to go eagle to match the PB pace, but we'll take it.
Nice birdie.
Not the end of the world to get birdies. Maybe not on this course, but on some of the latter courses in the game, I wonder if it would be an advantage to club down by going with some of the lesser hitters that hit the ball straighter. Come on, going. Oh, come on.
Nice par.
Bars are no good. Bars are no good. No, that's gonna kill it. Okay. Back to square one. 245, 285, 40-yard difference, but she hits it straight. Let's see if she can help with stroke play.
Nice shot.
Definitely sacrificing yardage with that 40-yarder, but that draw of Metal Marios can be really Very hard to navigate in high wind.
Nice on.
I mean, if you're playing like Mario All-Star or Boo's Valley or something, the extra yardage is huge too. But for Toad Highlands, most of the holes, it's not going to matter.
Nice shot.
Far, too far, too far. Sit down.
Nice on.
How did that break that way?
Nice touch. Nice par.
Oh, yes.
Nice shot.
Ooh, real close.
Excellent.
Alright, so we are 2 strokes behind where we were with Metal Mario because we parred the last hole. And we did not eagle that hole.
Nice shot.
Where it's really going to come into play is the later holes.
Oh, too bad.
But even like hitting the bunker here. Yeah, alright, so we'll stick with the higher yardage. Excuse me. Wasted helpful wind by not getting a full shot on that.
Nice on. Nice birdie.
I think the rain should hold this down enough. The wind is going to push it back towards the hole. Really could even have clubbed
Nice
up.
on.
That's gonna. For that to be short, I hit it 75 feet worth of power, and because of the rain, took almost 20 feet off of it.
Nice shot.
RN Jesus doesn't like me tonight.
Nice on. Nice
Nice.
birdie.
Okay. And it's right on it. If it's far enough, it should be good. That should be a birdie.
Nice on. Nice birdie.
Ah, damn it. Needed a full shot on that and the wind would have carried it.
Nice on.
I gotta at least get to 55 on Poet Highlands before I move on to Cooper Park.
Nice shot.
I'm not coming close to the world record of 48 yet. I mean, it's gonna take a lot of grinding to get there. But I'd like to establish at least 55 on this course before I move on and try another one. Did that hit the tree, didn't it? Wow. And that's too short, so
Nice
of course
approach.
it's not going to go in.
Here I am.
Alright, this is a helping wind, so I can take advantage of this. Nope. Oh man. Wasted opportunity on that.
Nice on. Nice birdie.
It should be far enough, taking that little bit off of it. Could have had a hole in one if I aimed better. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Nice birdie.
Actually, that putt broke to the left. That almost missed. I have no idea how that putt broke as much as it did. Again, I missed out on the right.
Nice on.
Should at least be a birdie.
Nice birdie.
Oh, it's raining, because why wouldn't it be? Again with that. It's 3 straight and I missed like that.
Ooh, into the rough.
That kills that run.
Here I am. Nice on. Nice birdie.
And I thought the wind would take that more than it did. I cut way too much off of that. It's unreal. Oh, now I get it.
Nice shot.
Because why wouldn't I get it now?
Nice on. Nice birdie. Nice shot.
That, yeah,
Nice
the
on.
Toad Highlands music. Actually, what I was saying before, what I was asking about Bluey is that GS Pro I was talking about, somebody built a Bluey-inspired golf course in it.
Nice
So I
birdie.
know it's definitely possible to build these. I just don't know if I can do it. But if you ever get GS Pro and you search Bluey, and it's in my prior YouTube videos feed, there's a literal, the two garden gnomes they have, Gerald, I think, and Hexaba are the tee markers for every hole. My 2-year-old loved looking at it because she likes Bluey so much.
Nice shot.
On curve towards the green.
Oh,
Nope, in
too
the
bad.
bunker. I always liked how realistic Mario Golf
Nice
64
on.
was too.
Nice birdie.
It always amazes me that on the N64 they were able to program in the lack of yardage that comes out of the bunker, losing yards when it's in the rain, the slopes, the green being slow in the rain. Like, the realism is insane for an N64 game. Of course, the weather killed that run.
Here I am. Nice shot.
$115. Oh, I thought it said 90 something. That was not a good club choice.
Nice on.
That's gonna be short. That would be cool, actually, if you could replace the controller with the launch monitor.
Here we go.
I'm gonna try Koopa Park because I haven't established a PB on this course yet, so it gives me an excuse to finish a round. Yeah, the game is literally that good that if you just were able to make that the controller, you'd be perfect.
Nice shot.
But that's kind of why I wasn't really I'm not satisfied with that first hole. It's the only reason I'm starting over.
Here we go.
That's why I didn't like the GameCube one and then the further ones as much. And the Switch one I really didn't like at all. Because they took such a good formula that they had in 64 and they changed it. I know they were trying to make it better, but they kind of just made it worse. Okay, well, we actually made the green on this one.
Nice on.
That's going wide. Of course.
Nice par.
Okay, what do we got here? Par 5, 487, downhill, in the rain. Wow, I am early on every single one of these for some reason now. Put myself in such a bad position that I can't recover from.
Nice shot.
I think this one's the wind.
Ooh, into the rough.
Deep rough. It's 5 clubs. Huh, 5 clubs and it only barely went too long.
Nice approach. Nice par.
This course is probably one of the ones where I was saying earlier, somebody hitting straight. Oh, finally.
Nice shot.
Would be an advantage, because if you're a little bit off to the sides and you're in deep rough because you can't control the draw, the fade.
Nice shot.
Yeah, you can definitely breeze through a round in this one. The world record 18-hole speed run for Toad Highlands is 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And in real time, I think it took him 7 minutes, given the time between holes at the most. I mean, even my record is on the screen, 8 minutes and 32 seconds. And I just started trying to speedrun this game last week. So I love that too. It's quick. You don't have to sit around. Oh, back to being early. That's going to be in the water. Oh, no, alright. We skipped to the top of the hill. We're safe. Come on, roll down towards the hole.
Nice on. Nice birdie.
That was really close to being hit too hard. Alright, 11 yards up, so 162 is going to become 173, but we're in the rain. And because I didn't hit it fully, the rain's going to keep it from hitting the green.
Nice
A
approach.
little too hard. Ooh, way too hard.
Bogey.
That was bad. I swear, if this hits the tree, I'm going back to Toad
Nice
Islands.
shot.
No, alright, we cleared it.
Nice on.
Should just make it. It's no, come on. That's a 30-foot putt, and it was going downhill. Oh, yeah, I've hit plenty of trees in GS Pro. The trees in the GS Pro are like playing in real life. If you get anywhere near them, you're hitting the tree. I had one shot. It was so bad, actually, that I uploaded it as a YouTube short. Actually, I think I can make this. Let's just give it a try. I uploaded one as a YouTube short because I hit a 3-wood on a par 5, trying to punch it to the left, but knocked it to the right a little bit. It bashed off the trunk of a tree and went backwards 30 yards.
Here I am.
Nice. All right, we got that one. Oh, it's phenomenally realistic. So one of the really cool things about it too is if you're hitting, let's say, it's kind of like this with Mario Golf. If you're hitting downhill, like I had a drive earlier that said it was 265, but it'll show you in the stats 265 game and then 253 or something carry. It'll actually tell you how far you would have hit it on flat land versus how far it went because the ground was sloped in the actual game. So it's definitely realistic.
Nice on.
Yeah, no, Mario's a little less punishing than the GS Pro.
Nice.
I can actually make birdies in Mario Golf. But I like that, though. I like that the GS Pro is extremely realistic. Because it's part of what makes it a lot of fun is, you know, you're not getting up there blasting it 300, 350 yards.
Nice on.
Like the ones at the store do to convince you to buy the club.
Nice touch. Here we go.
Yeah, I haven't tried Square Golf, but the GS Pro is $250 for one whole year of licensing. And they do have 4K graphics, which is pretty cool too. I think they just added the Rapsodo launch monitors. So whether or not it works depends on your launch monitor, but there's a list on their website.
Here we go. Nice shot.
That's going to go in the deep rough.
Ooh, into the rough.
$162-yard club to go 90 yards. Yeah, I knew that didn't have a shot, but
Nice approach.
it was worth trying.
Here I am.
Yeah, I use Rhapsodo MLM2 Pro. It was the least expensive one that I could find. And I figured if it could get my simulator bay in the garage up and running at a somewhat reasonable cost my wife would swallow, then that's how I ended up with the Rhapsodo. The in-game courses for Rhapsodo aren't terrible. There's like 1,500, 2,000 of them. A lot of the places I used to play in New York are on there. But the realism and the graphics are terrible. I mean, it looks like a toddler drew the trees. I mean, it's free. It comes with the launch monitor, so I guess I can't complain, but... I hope this gets there. Sit down, too far. All of a sudden, I can't play this first hole anymore.
Here we go.
Pick. There we go. Still gonna be like 40
Nice
feet.
on.
Ooh, 60 feet. My math was off. As was my aim.
Here I am.
Alright, let's mix it up here. Let's go back to speed golf for a couple rounds.
Nice shot.
Maybe having to make less decisions than just play fast will help. It almost went in. Wow.
Nice approach.
Not terrible.
Finish. Ready, go. Nice shot.
Sit down.
Nice on. Finish.
And it's 3 seconds behind where I should be.
Ready, go.
Oh, of course it's raining.
Nice shot.
Oh, the rain killed that shot. Come on, travel.
Nice
Oh,
approach.
really?
Finish. Ready, go.
And this should hug the corner. Gotta sit.
Nice
Wind is
shot.
definitely gonna hold this up a little bit at least. Come on, stop moving, ball. It's too soft. That was 25 feet. Nervous mistake.
Finish.
It's a decent start though, and there's a lot of time I can make up on the back nine compared to my 832. So
Nice on. Finish. Ready, go.
going towards the flag at least. Sit, sit.
Nice on.
Of course, it wouldn't just turn in.
Finish. Ready, go.
Right. Get down, sit in the fairway. Uh-oh, ball's slowing down. And there's the killer.
Here we go. Nice shot. Nice on. Finish. Ready, go. Nice on. Finish.
Okay, 1 second faster than my fastest through two, even though I was slower on the first hole.
Ready, go. Nice shot.
Stay on that line, stay on that line. Turn, turn, not turning.
Nice approach.
Alright, still okay.
Finish.
Alright, good pace so far.
Ready, go.
Ah, screwed that up. Still in the fairway though. Okay, turn towards the hole. Down.
Great.
Ooh, too hard, too hard. Knew it, I knew it.
Finish.
That was a mistake.
Ready, go. Nice shot.
Ooh,
Nice on.
I would have thought the rain would have slowed that down a little bit.
Nice.
It certainly slowed my putt down a little bit.
Finish. Ready, go.
one shot's going to make or break this front nine. Because this hole is so hard to judge and get right.
Nice on. Ready, go. Nice job. Nice on. Nice touch.
That close.
Ready, go. Nice job.
Rain's definitely going to hold that up.
Nice on. Finish. Ready, go.
We can pace under 8 minutes if we can get out of this hole in under 4 minutes.
Nice on.
The pacing, I should say. 8 minutes. And we're gonna get out under 4 minutes, but barely.
Finish. Ready, go.
Kind of flying blind towards the hole here. Hoping the wind carries this over.
Great.
Hard.
Finish.
Alright, not bad though. It's still
Ready, go.
pacing where we should be. Is that gonna be short? Come on, how the heck is that short? That was a mistake. I'm gonna give one more try at this for speed golf before we call it a night. I got a doctor's appointment early in the morning.
Nice on. Finish. Ready, go.
They're clubbed up for that one.
Nice on.
Oh my god, with the freaking rain. I only went 2 holes, so.
Here I am.
Come on.
on.
I mean, we're getting past the first hole here. Okay, that was way too slow, but still worth it to continue depending on what this hole does.
Nice on.
No, curved putt, too slow.
Here we go. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Come on, ball, stop moving.
Nice on.
Of course. Switch to the higher speed putt to try and get it to the hole faster and then hit me in the rear.
Nice shot. Nice on. Here we go.
This wasn't the course I meant to click on, but alright.
Ooh,
In the first attempt, first shot goes into the rough.
here I am. Nice shot. Nice on.
I'd like to get one more run in, but I can't seem to get past the first hole.
Nice shot. Nice approach. Finish.
I'm just gonna keep going because I need to go to bed and I want to get this. I want to get a run in.
Go. Nice on. Finish. Ready, go.
That's gonna be a problem. At least stay in the fairway. Just outside the range for the approach shot. But by switching that and having it go to long, it completely eradicates my timer.
Nice shot. Nice on. Finish. Ready, go. Nice on.
Come on, you couldn't just turn and go in?
Finish.
Lost all my time save there.
Ready, go. Nice shot. Nice on. Finish.
I know normally like 110, so I'm about a second and change faster than my usual here.
Ready, go. Oh, too bad. Nice on. Finish.
I'm still behind because I hit the bunker now, but I made that putt, so I'll keep going.
Ready, go. Nice on. Finish. Ready, go. Nice shot.
This hole is really hard to judge and get right. Come on.
Nice approach. Finish. Ready, go. Nice shot. Nice on. Nice touch. Finish. Ready, go.
Turn, turn, turn. Don't go in the... Okay.
Nice shot.
Oh, the wind is carrying that way off.
Nice on. Finish. Ready, go. Nice shot. Oh, too bad. Finish. Ready, go.
All right, well, that's going to do it for that. I got to get up early, so let's find somebody to raid. And other than that, we'll be back tomorrow, but we're going to call it a night. So thank you. We appreciate all the viewers tonight. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. On Twitch, if you give us a follow, we'd appreciate it. Let's see who we're going to raid tonight. Chocolate. Cheese is playing something, not sure what. We haven't rated Chocolate. Actually, I like this guy. We'll go into Pipe. He's a cool dude.